Well, thanks for visiting us at ArkLaTexHomepage.com. I'm meteorologist Josh Marces with your update on Hurricane Delta, and this is the 10 a.m. advisory from the National Hurricane Center, which has dropped the wind speeds a little bit, and that was to be expected. So it still looks like the track is going to stay east of the ArkLaTex. I think that's pretty set in stone at this point, but we are going to see some impacts, especially in northwest Louisiana, and this will mainly be later tonight through the early morning hours. I don't expect we'll see any significant weather before sunset tonight, but we will see the rain pick up, especially this afternoon south of Interstate 20. So again, Hurricane Delta expected to make landfall here probably around 6-7 p.m. tonight, and as it moves inland, it is going to weaken rapidly into a tropical storm as it kind of crosses over Alexandria, and its path even takes it to the east of Monroe. So that's a big spread of where we saw Hurricane Laura compared to what will be Tropical Storm Delta. Of course, Laura did a lot of damage here in the ArkLaTex because that path went directly over us. And for tonight, it looks like we could see a few of our parishes, Sabine and Natchitoches Parish, and I wouldn't rule out maybe Bienville and Red River parishes seeing some tropical storm force wind gusts, talking 40 miles per hour or higher. So that's why we do have the tropical storm warning for those locations. And if you're not in that warned area, I think the chance of you seeing any kind of significant wind is a little bit lower, but you can see this is the updated graphic from the National Hurricane Center. They've actually bumped up the chance of those tropical storm winds in Natchitoches up to about 90%. So again, fairly high confidence that we'll see perhaps what will be a damaging wind gust through Natchitoches Parish, perhaps Sabine Parish, and maybe even a little bit further inland into Red River Parish. Shreveport, we'll probably see maybe some 30-mile-per-hour wind gusts around midnight tonight. But I don't expect we'll see much, if any, damage just due to those wind gusts. If we do see any power outages, it'll be in those areas that you see in the red, which is anywhere from, again, Bienville, Red River, down through Sabine, as well as Natchitoches parishes. So, again, the heaviest rain east of Interstate 49, I think the main wind impacts for us will be 6 p.m. to midnight. And I would say after midnight, we'll really see the winds dissipate with this system, so I don't think there's really a big threat of any wind damage carrying past midnight tonight. Flash flooding will likely occur overnight, and again, a lot of folks will likely be inside during the overnight hours. Of course, tomorrow morning is Saturday morning, so we won't have people commuting to work or school. So if we were going to see some flooded roadways, I would rather it be, again, overnight tonight than any other time pretty much during the week. So make sure you just kind of hunker down once we get into this evening, as we could see some of that heavy rain, especially off to the east of Interstate 49. Flash flood watches as far north as Claiborne Parish. If you're outside of the watch area, you're probably going to see maybe an inch or two of rain, especially through Shreveport. But I think Futurecast pretty well dialed in to where that heaviest rainfall will be, and we could see some amounts of maybe 4 to 6 inches of rain in Natchitoches Parish. And this is a look at the high resolution model, which updates every hour here, so this will show some rain this afternoon. And what we're looking for is kind of the red and the yellow bands that start to make their way in. Those would be the inner bands kind of associated with the inner core of the storm here, and you see some of those moving up into Shreveport closer to midnight tonight. So the weather will start to deteriorate south of I-20 once we get closer to sunset tonight. It's this band right here that you see through Alexandria. That'll be the one that's capable of producing a lot of the wind damage, and that will actually stay off to the east of us, and it will be kind of the winds on the backside of that may cause some tree and power line damage. But I don't expect that we'll see any of the widespread damaging winds that we saw with Laura. If we see any power outages, it will probably be more isolated in nature. Once we get through the weekend, or once we get through Saturday, well, there'll be some lingering showers Saturday, but be on the lookout. What will be a very hot end of the weekend and start to next week, very humid as well. And once we get into next Tuesday and Wednesday, we do have another cold front on the way, so that should drop our humidity, drop our temperatures a bit. It will be more fall-like through the middle of next week.